Welcome to our session on optimizing Azure storage costs. I'm Vaibhava Ramadas, a Principal Product Manager for Azure Storage at Microsoft. Today, we'll dive into practical strategies that help you manage data growth, control spend, and ensure your storage investments deliver real business value. Whether you're overseeing a massive data estate or just starting to migrate your workloads to Azure, these tips will help you optimize your costs. In this session, we'll cover 10 practical approaches to reduce storage costs across block, object, and file storage options, such as selecting the right storage tiers, automating lifecycle management, and aligning storage provisioning to your workload needs. Let's start with a high-level look at the Azure infrastructure, which includes compute, storage, and networking, which work together to help you build your scalable solutions. It is important to understand cost optimization techniques for each to enable you to maximize your workload. For storage, choosing the right storage type for your workload, running high IOPS applications on premium tiers while moving long-term data to cooler or archival storage can dramatically reduce your spend. By optimizing storage placement and automating data management, you ensure your cloud architecture remains both agile as well as cost-effective. In the new era of AI, data estates are key to critical insights for every model, every application, and every workflow. You are seeing an explosion of data growth and an urgency to bring old and new data systematically in your hands as you build the next generation of applications. This is why understanding your current data estate and automating ways to right-size storage are crucial for achieving sustainable savings as your data continues to grow. Azure Storage is a massively scalable platform serving exabytes of data and trillions of transactions. Azure Storage portfolio offers block, object, and file storage services, providing workload-centric capabilities. Azure Block Storage consists of Azure Disks and Azure Elastic SAN for high-throughput, low-latency applications and your business-critical workloads like databases. Blob Storage and Data Lake Storage offer massively scalable object storage for cloud-first AI and analytics. Azure Files and Azure NetApp Files, which provide file system semantics and POSIX compliance, enable you to lift and shift from your on-premises NAS environments to Azure. Storage actions and storage discovery work across the estate for consistent policy and clear visibility to insights. Now that you've seen the broad portfolio, let's jump into 10 practical ways for you to optimize costs today. Let's start with Azure Blob Storage, which offers many different tiers, including Premium for low latency, high transaction workloads, Hot for default large data sets, Cold and Cool for infrequently accessed data, and Archival tier for long-term retention at your lowest costs. You can now use Azure Blob Storage Lifecycle Management, which helps you delete stale data and automate data transition between tiers. Globally, many organizations are managing petabytes and exabytes of data in archival storage, sitting in legacy tape systems or in expensive on-premises arrays. This comes with challenges including hidden costs, hardware refreshes, physical management, or logistics. Azure Storage offers a modern alternative that can dramatically reduce both operational overhead and direct costs. With Azure Blob Storage, you can now move long-term retention data to archival tier, which is priced for deep savings up to 80 to 90% lower than hot or cool tiers. Remember to always validate retrieval times and egress expectations with your data owners before moving to the colder tiers. Azure Blob Storage and Data Lake also offer 1 to 3 year commitments to lower per unit costs and save on predictable storage needs. Reserve capacity coupled with archival tier helps you lock in even better rates for predictable volumes to further lower spend. With reserve capacity, you can get up to a 38% savings for large pre-purchases up to 1 petabyte. With storage discovery, you can uncover insights on your data estate and identify opportunities for further optimization. Insights provided to you are based on a range of metrics, including storage capacity, data activity like transactions, ingress or egress, aggregated transaction errors, and other configuration pertaining to your storage account. After identifying optimization opportunities, you can now use Azure Storage Actions to automate dynamic cost optimization to target specific blobs or across storage accounts. Now let's look at a demo of Azure Storage Discovery. Discovery provides an overview of your data estate showing, in this case, that the subscription has more than 52,000 storage accounts and over an exabyte of data and 274 billion objects. Discovery provides a detailed dashboard showing you trends in capacity and the ability to find unexpected changes in the size of your data. With the included integration with Microsoft Copilot and Azure, your team can uncover valuable data management insights using simple, everyday language. No specialized programming or query skills required in this case. A simple question allows you to focus on storage accounts with low activity. As you can see here, there are quite a few storage accounts that have very few transactions. With these insights, you can now configure storage actions to delete or tear down the data in these storage accounts and optimize costs. Azure Files offers fully managed file shares for you to lift and shift from on-premises file servers as well as build cloud-native applications in Azure. Azure Files provides both HDD and SSD storage options for customers running general-purpose file shares, line of business applications, virtual desktop applications, as well as DevOps tools. With Azure Files, you can commit up to 100 terabyte blocks for 1 to 3 years as part of reservations. You can now pair reservations with the correct tier, whether that's transaction optimized or premium, based on your workload, observed IOPS, and latency. This allows you to lock down cost for your core file services while leaving any burst usage on demand. Save up to 36% by committing to 3 years reserve capacity and maximize value. Azure Files Provision v2 provides predictable pricing and granular control, enabling you to forecast accurately and seamlessly scale from small workloads to large enterprise applications. With Provision v2, you can start small with 32 gigabytes and expand in place up to 256 terabytes as your working set and performance needs grow. Provision v2 allows you to scale capacity, IOPS, and throughput independently, giving you granular control on costs. With Provision SSD v2, you can optimize costs for business-critical Windows and Linux applications running on SMB and NFS. Provision SSD v2 also includes a free baseline of 3,000 IOPS and 100 Mbps per file share. Azure File Sync enables customers to migrate data to Azure Files or tier data to lower-cost storage in the cloud. With File Sync, you can now tier your data estate to Azure Files and keep a limited set of data on premises as a responsive local cache for branch offices. For hybrid file estates, pair File Sync with Provision HDD v2 to cut daily transaction costs. You can also optimize and scale up to 256 terabytes per share using per-share monitoring. Azure NetApp Files provides enterprise-grade NetApp ONTAP capabilities as an Azure native service, enabling you to run mission-critical, low-latency files workloads in the cloud. With Cool Access, you can now move infrequently accessed data from your current service level to lower performance levels to lower cost significantly on Azure NetApp Files. With Cool Access, a customer defines a coolness period and the number of days before data can be moved. With the reserved capacity, you can now purchase up to 100 terabyte and 1 petabyte units for 1 to 3 years for a particular service level within a region, allowing you to further optimize TCO. Flexible service level allows you to independently adjust the throughput and capacity size, offering a greater customization for specific workload requirements. You can now combine Cool Access with flexible service levels to get deeper cost savings. When it comes to block storage, Premium SSD v2 and UltraDisk provide cutting-edge performance and dynamic cost control. Premium SSD v2 offers the best price performance, delivering sub-millisecond latency for a wide range of general-purpose workloads. Premium SSD v2 gives you granular control, allowing you to scale capacity, IOPS, and throughput independently to align resources and workload needs. It also includes a free baseline of 3,000 IOPS and 125 megabytes per second per disk that you can take advantage of before you scale up. For those of you who are running the most demanding workloads, UltraDisk provides significantly high performance and low sub-millisecond latency, making it ideal for mission-critical applications that simply cannot afford to compromise on speed. Similar to premium SSD v2 disks, you can independently scale capacity, IOPS, and throughput on an UltraDisk. What's more, we have lowered the minimums on the IOPS and throughput required per disk to further allow you to enhance flexibility and cost saving. Last but not least, Azure Elastic SAN is our latest innovation in the block storage portfolio. As a fully managed cloud-native SAN that grows with your needs, it delivers enterprise-class performance while keeping costs firmly under control. Its true power lies in its ability to consolidate the storage needs of multiple workloads into a single resource, enabling cost efficiency at scale. With the familiar resource hierarchy that mirrors on-premises SAN environments, migrations to Azure are now simple and faster than ever. In this example, you can see a SQL workload that is being migrated from an on-premises SAN to Azure. Based on the requirements, here you see that Azure Elastic SAN delivers 64% savings compared to the on-premises SAN list price. With Azure Elastic SAN, you're not just investing in better technology in the cloud. You're investing in smarter spending, greater agility, and the freedom to scale without compromise. Let's recap our strategies for storage cost optimization. Use Azure Storage Price Calculator for simple cost modeling across your workload. Choose the right storage for your workload, whether that's block, object, or file storage. Leverage storage reservations wherever possible for deep discounts. Automate data lifecycle management for cost saving. Use flexible provisioning and granular performance scaling. Leverage actionable insights from Azure Discovery with Copilot for Azure. For more details, explore the tools and links provided for continued saving. Review your current storage deployments and get started with optimizations today. Thank you so much for your valuable time, and we hope this session provides practical strategies to optimize your storage costs and ensure that your investments deliver real business value.